but I do remember the first time I was left for dead in the middle of nowhere.
Most so-called experts lack the cerebral capacity to comprehend the reality of the subject. Similar to most creatures in the wild, the Sasquatch attracts the largest, most fertile females through a series of slamming his erect gallop against a large tree repeatedly. The deeper the knot, the bigger the female. The deeper the knot, the bigger the female. The deeper the knot, the bigger the female.
A state of emergency was proclaimed at 12 noon today.
You must not hesitate to eliminate.
Which could mean the end of life for all.
Hi, I'm Harry Johnson, and I'm a primitive post-apocalyptic survival practitioner / lawnmower technician. And I've been barely surviving all my life.
And that's how you cross a barbed wire fence. You know that scene in The Patriot where that dude was holding his son captain and he had a tomahawk in his hand? This is that scene.
Okay. My earliest childhood memory goes to my parents pushing me out of a moving car in El Guapo, Mexico. It was there I learned how to live on horchatas and chorizo and eggs. With no one to raise me, I developed an imaginary friend and turned to him when I needed guidance. He stayed and taught me how to hunt and fish until the day I hit puberty.
I'm Barry McCockiner, and I'm the camera guy / chief engineer of the Guidance Control Technology Space Center. I don't know if I remember that I could have been shot from a womb at all. If at all I was even possibly shot from a womb, then you'd think I remember something like that, but they tell me I was, so I guess so, but I just don't remember either. I have an imaginary friend, and mine didn't leave when I hit puberty.
Is that badass? What we're gonna do now is pretend that there's a terrorist right over there. He's got his AK-47. It's jammed. In this situation is I would hide behind this tree. What I have here are screws. They're a very good stunner. And this is exactly what I would use on a human being if I were to confront a terrorist invader. That's him right there. He's stunned. I don't have my crossbow with me. That's like, it's about 50 miles away. I'm not going all the way back there to get it. Just gonna have to improvise with my tactical knife. Let's say he's stunned now. I go over there and I attack for the throat. This is the throat. Throat. Hit to his face, but you want to make sure you use the butt of it.
I'd put that right in his temple, and then come with another jab to his gut.
Like this, because I don't like a human to suffer.
So you just split his guts up all the way to his chest,
Split his guts up all the way to his chest. He'd be dead in seconds.
and then I'd probably reach in and grab his heart and show it to him while it was still pumping.
No, he'd be dead before then, because I already slit his throat. And, you know, he's already bled out. I give it a few seconds.
It'd be like a Quentin Tarantino movie, huh? So he's got his AK. It's jammed. You need to move like lightning, okay? Like lightning.
You see a terrorist right over there. His AK-47 is jammed. I move in. That is the terrorist right there.
Oh,
You see that?
yeah?
See that? He's dead. Another move you could do in this situation is the axe. See, it's very easy to take it out I'm not going to take it out because it's a bitch to get it back in. But you get the gist of it.
You're gonna pump another one into his face?
I'm going to stun him again. He's going to be stunned because, you know, it took a couple extra seconds to get over here.
I don't know if you should be so close.
Durka, Durka. And the other guy's AK-47. Where is he? He's right there.
Hey, no, he's the tree over to your left.
He's this tree?
Yes.
I stun him again. And then I go in for the kill. I'd use this marble. I don't want to lose it though. We're just going to pretend that I used the big marble. And we're going to use this little tiny BB just so I could show you exactly where this big marble would have hit.
Okay. So now you take the big knife on your hip.
That's right. I forgot about that. It's a good thing I got my cameraman. You could come in with this, or any other side knife weapon that you choose. See, what you could do is you would go in with the stab this way. I really wish I had a test dummy. We're just gonna pretend for the sake of pretending.
Everybody has an imaginary people that they see.
You could come in like this. Okay, pretend this is his skull right here.
Just come down.
Just come straight down onto his forehead. That is also to keep him from suffering.
Just
That's just a
sling blade his
straight
ass.
Hit, he should be dead.
We're gonna sling blade his
should be
ass.
dead. Here, I'm gonna try to put this on because the wrist thing keeps going up, but I'm gonna move it. Just to cut hair to the right. I want to be make it straighter. Shit.
It's got to be twisted a little bit because of the shape of your arm.
Okay.
Stop being such a faggot. All right, let's move around a little bit because oh, check it out. That is a what? What kind of track?
You see, these fuckers, they get all up in the trash and they like to eat the trash and...
Oh, check it out. There's mushrooms growing on that tree.
Oh, yeah.
It was probably a skunk and a raccoon. They disagreed.
There were some disagreements.
Probably your best way to survive in a situation like this, like we're in right now. You know, we're out in the wilderness right now and it's freaking cold. All I can say is probably just try to keep moving around because, you know, if you stop, when you keep stopping for a few minutes, then you tend to start getting a little bit cold, you know, and you start walking around a little bit. And plus, you know, you have to worry about hypothermia setting in, you know. That's very dangerous. Hypothermia kicks in, you're done. You're done. You're done.
It does.
Your kidney's going to start shutting down. All your vital organs are going to start shutting down, and you're going to be doing that scene.
Yeah.
From like a movie or something.
Yeah. Another thing I would probably add to that is always keep your hand on your knife or near a weapon of some sort. But
we got a lot of possum around here too,
possums.
and they're not vicious or anything, but they can be. You know, if you startle one or something, they got very sharp teeth. Most people have never seen, you know, possum up close or seen their teeth, and they're pretty vicious looking, and they will guarantee you're getting stitches.
Guaranteed.
A raccoon is no joke. They will mess you up. And then of course there's been some Bigfoot sightings out here too, and so that's also one of the reasons we're out here. We're trying to track a Sasquatch. We figure since we got the snow and everything, tracks will be fairly easy to come by.
Let's throw a knife at a tree, shall we? You know that scene in The Patriot where that dude was holding his son captive and he had a tomahawk in his hand?
Uh-huh.
This is that scene.
Okay.
Well, you hit your target. It didn't stick, but it's
But
still.
it definitely stunned him. See, I just stunned him with my knife. He's like, oh, damn, I wish I had done that. See, now he's dead.
See,
He's dead.
he's messed up for sure, because
Or at least
that
maimed,
knife handle hitting him.
He's definitely maimed very badly.
And then, of course, I'm your backup too. You know, I'm ready. I'm sitting here ready and loaded.
I have to do the final death blow. This will kill him for sure. And that just drives it right to his skull.
Since we are barely surviving, and if we were in a hunger situation, we could actually strip the bark off of this pine tree, boil it in some water if we had a pan.
Or you could just nibble on it, like so. Has a very minty flavor. I already ate. I'm not that hungry, but just to show you, you can eat that.
Yeah, you could live on. This little skinny tree right here could sustain us for quite some time.
Yeah, you could actually park a tent underneath this tree. In fact, I might camp under this very spot when it gets warmer.
And you know, you can also always refer to that one plane crash that happened over the Alps years ago. It was back in the late 70s, I think, and that Cessna went down. He was in there by himself, and when he hit the top of that mountain, you know, he crashed pretty good.
I heard of this story.
Yeah, he was broken up pretty good, but you know, he couldn't really do anything, and he really didn't have any survival stuff, you know, that much stuff in the plane. He definitely had nothing to eat, and he wound up getting stuck up there for like a month and a half before they found him. And when they asked him, you know, how he was able to survive that long, you know, he just said that, you know, he had been surviving off eating his own toenails and fingernails and his own mucus, and he said he was also surviving on his own semen.
I didn't hear about that part.
Yeah, he was surviving. So I mean, if you were to actually,
off your own semen?
yeah. So I mean, think about it. It's protein. It's yours. It's not like it's from some other dude.
Oh yeah. So technically, what you're saying is we don't have to eat anymore. We could just survive off our own semen. Just get up, jerk off in the morning, and you're good to go. That's your breakfast.
That's your breakfast.
Okay.
And the thing is, the thing is that, you know, this guy, he was also very specific about, you know, he would always pray before a meal, and he would always say, "Thank you, Lord, for the meal I'm about to receive, and your blessing, and I just want you to bless this food that I'm about to ingest
That
for
must be really hard for a
my
Christian.
nourishment."
Christians don't masturbate, and he had to do that to survive.
Well, because his hip was broken, it made him in where he can get in a position where he could, you know, fellatio himself.
Well,
Because I mean, you really don't want your cold hands, you know, on your junk.
well, I guess he was barely surviving, huh?
He did barely survive. He
barely
did. So
survived.
if he wasn't dead already, I would try and get him on this show so he could help us relive what happened to him.
That would be a very cherished moment in my life.